guess. So I got to see Nine Inch Nails on Friday. It was a mixed bag getting there. I must say, I was so excited that they're coming through again. I was like, I got to see them because they're number one. They had a Wave Goodbye tour in 2009, and they brought all these guests out to the last couple shows of that tour. And like the last show was like 3 hours long or something. And then they went and did soundtracks for a while. Well, I say they because Trent included Atticus as the only second 100% full member of Nine Inch Nails. And after hearing how they work, of course, because from what it sounds like from all their interviews, I've seen a shitload of them and read them and watched them and read them and watched them. Trent will go in there and like with a bunch of ideas, and he'll record a bunch of stuff. You know, this guitar layer, this piano layer, you know, all this for the same track. And then he'll go and like write or whatever, clear his head, play a video game, masturbate, whatever he's got to do. And then Atticus will like doctor the, you know, go to town with equalizing and mixing and layering. So it's like you're telling me Trent performs it, writes the lyrics and sings it, and then Atticus arranges it. I just thought Trent was always doing that, but I also learned a long time ago that like there was a lot of stuff I really liked about the Downward Spiral and the Fragile. The Downward Spiral especially. That I found out later the little specific things that really got my ear, that was Charlie Clouser. Charlie. Because he was contributing shit too. But anyway, I still love Trent and I still love Nine Inch Nails. But anyway, so when they're coming back through, I was like, I gotta see him again, duh. Obviously. Because as fans, we really never know when his last tour is going to be. And like every time he tours, he's like, I don't know, you know, this could be the last tour. I really don't know. He already did the Wave Goodbye tour, and he's done many tours since. Supposedly they're working on new shit. But hopefully that, you know, that could have been that could have been a statement made before Tron came out. And then it got released later. Because you know how these reporters are. Magazines, whatever the fuck it was. They'll get something, they'll sit on it, and maybe they didn't release it. And now, oh, we should release this. And Trent's not one to come out over and over and over and be like, no. He just lets it sit. Suck my dick. So anyway, I was like, I gotta see him, so I got tickets. And the first two tickets I got, I was looking at it like right after I got them. Because I was panicking. I didn't know how much time I had to buy them. I was able to get those for a price that was too high, way too high, but I didn't want to kill myself, so it's good balance, I thought. But I was looking at it again when I got another second to breathe, and I was like, those are terrible seats, because most of their show is like meant to be seen from the front, and these seats were looking straight from the side. So I was like, whatever, I'll just deal with it. And like as the day went on, I was like, fuck that. So I got back in line, and then I bought other seats, and I'm really happy with them. So then as time went on, I was like, all right, I got 3 months. I got to lose like 40 pounds. I've done it before. I can do it again. Well, I got down like 20 pounds. And then I was down like 26 pounds. And then I went back up 10 pounds. And by then it was like late January. Maybe early January. I didn't lose enough weight. So I was like, and then my daughter, I was sitting with, this time my wife and her friend were going to be sitting, because she loves Robin Fink. She loves him, she loves him, she loves him. So I gave her and her friend those first seats that I got. I was originally going to sell them. She didn't want to go. And she was exactly right. It was the exact same show again. I thought surely they're going to shake it up or change it for the second tour. But they did not. There was the 2 songs at the beginning I got to see were different. Is that it? And then I got to see Parasite in the DJ set. But I think if everything else wasn't exactly the same, it was stuff that I'd seen multiple times live anyway. But anyway, so I didn't lose weight, and my daughter was pissing me off. Like she's been testing limits. For only turning 11 soon, she's been fucking, I didn't expect a lot of this shit till she was like 14 to 16. I didn't expect this shit at fucking 10. I've gotta work on my fucking parenting game, my teenager parenting game, a lot sooner than I thought. But anyway, so I gave my seat to my brother-in-law. like for a couple days there, I just wasn't gonna go. Like I can't fit in these seats. Like what am I gonna do? Just walk around? They don't let you just walk around. They don't let you just pick a place to stand. You got to go to your seat or leave. I saw somebody I saw a few people. I saw ushers, or you know, the lowest level of security they have. I saw them show people to their seats like 4 times. So I mean, just this last concert, I know how it is. There's a bunch of reasons too. I understand. They want to keep the aisles and all that shit, which is all that exists. There's aisles or there's seats, because they want to get every inch of that place filled up with humans to get every penny they possibly can. I get it, but they got to balance that with, they got to keep the aisles clear and all that shit. Because if there's a fire or something, or a health emergency or something, they got to get through. People got to get through. Everybody's got to get through. I understand. So I can't just have a ticket and then stand somewhere. And I didn't want to just get to my seat and just stand, because number one, nobody fucking stands. Nobody stands anymore. Is it because the audience is so fucking old now? I mean, I guess Pretty 8 Machine's 40 years old, way over 40 years old. Like 43 or 44? No. 35? 35, I think. Way over 30 years old. Sorry. And a lot of people that were into that were teenagers, so a lot of these fans are in their 40s and 50s. And I feel like I aged pretty good compared to a lot of the people I saw there. If we're the same age. I didn't age as good as I hoped I would, but anyway. I was talking to somebody at work, and they're like, "Oh, what you do is you get a wheelchair seat." And I looked down at my legs. I'm like, I don't know if that's the move. They're like, no. I guess their mother-in-law or whatever. They go to concerts all the time, and they always buy 2 of the wheelchair seats, because the mother-in-law is like as big as like me and any other person at work combined. Like there's the other kind of fat person at work is Nick. And she's like, you and Nick combined, and you're probably gonna need Dana to be as big as my mother-in-law. I was like, okay. Like that's what they always get 2 handicap seats. And then there's folding chairs. Then somebody sits with mother-in-law, and then everybody else goes wherever else in the concert they're going. I did it. I did it. And I was then it was just a nervous, like, oh my God, this is going to be embarrassing sitting in the fat seats. Because like everybody thinks like when they guess my weight, they guess like 230 to 260. It's like, nah, bro, I'm 310. Because I guess I look fat, obviously, but I don't look like, my 600-pound life or whatever it was. There's a wide range between where I am and where that is. But there's also a pretty wide range between where I am and where skinny people are. No pun intended, but there's definitely puns there. Ugh. So I was like, I gotta find out if this is even right, because it says wheelchair. It like legit says wheelchair. When I bought it, there was like this whole thing where it's like, I agree that if this is, if I'm buying these, under forgery or whatever, lying or whatever, that I don't actually need them, blah, 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 blah. And it sounded like they might fucking bring charges or something. I don't know. It sounded pretty hardcore. So then I was even more nervous for a couple days. I'm like, God damn. And it looked like I couldn't even contact them until 3 hours before doors. And it's like, that could be too late. I knew it wouldn't be too late because there's so many fucking, the place was only like 2/3 sold out. Well, I mean, in the seats, the floor was pretty much wiped out. The pit fills instantly every time. You're never gonna get around that. So I emailed them, and I was like, all right. All right then. And they emailed me back, and like took 6 or 8 emails before they understood what I was asking. Because all their answers, like, these are like canned answers. You didn't read what I said. And I can tell it's a human because you sound retarded. Canned answers are written better than this. And like it seemed like different people were responding every time. And finally I was like, let me ask this. I had to rephrase it like twice. Like, come on, you don't know. It's like, God damn. Finally they were like, oh, I didn't understand you had one. I'm like, yeah, I said it in the first email. If you would have read more than the first sentence. That's why you got to use as few words as possible. People are too dumb. Too many people are too fucking dumb. I know there's a lot of readers out there, but it seems like the majority of people, if it's more than a sentence or two, they're not going to read it. And it's their job, dude. If you're paid to, one of your pieces of your job is responding to shit, read the motherfucker. But finally, like, oh yeah, that's fine. There's folding chairs and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, okay. Like, we didn't know you had one. Like, well, I didn't know what it was. Shit. The fuck, dude? So anyway. Yeah, it felt like a fucking... It felt like a cheat code because there's so much room. But I was taking up 2 seats. Like, I realized looking around, like, okay, I'm sitting in the space 2 people would sit in. And I'm like, I don't know how the fuck. I don't know how. Probably because they're never full, so there's always room for adjustment, but nobody was up there, so who gives a shit? It was like literally the furthest back and the highest you could get. But I don't care. I'm there for the show. I'm not there to fucking look at Trent. Even though he looks amazing for being 60, but that's another story. And then at the very end, like, I don't give a fuck about Hand and Feet Said Like a Whole Hurt. I've seen that fucking trio of songs played so many fucking times live. I love Nine Inch Nails, I love those songs, but in a frame of a concert, I don't fucking care. So I was standing outside talking to my best friend, and outside the curtains, and then I heard Trent Stop Hurt, So I went in there, and some dumbass in the pit was fighting, and Trent had to stop, and he was like, "Hey, hey, hey!" Like he was yelling at his kid. We got dad mode, Trent. There's a million videos online of that. But anyway, pretty good show.